UnitedHealth is undoubtedly one of the most hated companies in the world right now. The stock price is down over 36% year to date, and the company is facing numerous headwinds. As investors, we need to be aware that sometimes this increased level of pessimism when it comes to stocks can be overdone. Before we get into the headwinds that UnitedHealth is facing, I wanted to go into some of the fundamentals of the stock. As you can see here on Seeking Alpha, the stock has a forward PE of 13.5 and a forward dividend yield of 2.66%. For dividend investors, this stock also has a very attractive dividend growth rate. The trailing 12 months dividend growth rate has been 11.7%. The past 3-year CAGR has been over 13%, 5-year over 14%, and 10 years over 18%. Needless to say, this company is a dividend growth beast. When it comes to the revenue for UnitedHealth, we also see a steady upward trend since 2010. When it comes to the company's EPS, it has seen a similar upwards trend over the past 15 years. Over the past 10 years, the company has hit a low of a PE ratio of 14.57 and a high of 37.73, as you can see here in 2024. However, it currently sits at 13.46, and it hasn't seen a PE ratio this low since around 2014. The main reason why the company's PE ratio now is so attractive is because analysts' estimates for this company's earnings are only upwards. So what this means for investors is that not only UnitedHealth's earnings are expected to increase significantly over the next 3 to 4 years, however, it's also possible that UnitedHealth will see multiple expansion. What I'm referring to when I say multiple expansion is the PE ratio of the stock. As you can see, it has dropped significantly due to this current wave of pessimism. However, once it subsides, it could return to 20 or even higher. What that means is that the stock price could increase without earnings increasing at all. The earnings increasing is just the cherry on top. For reasons that I have already mentioned, I believe that UnitedHealth stock has become too cheap to ignore. With that being said, let's look into some of the reasons behind the sharp sell-off of UNH. The first thing that triggered this sell-off was that UnitedHealth cut its earnings forecast for 2025. The reason for this steep forecast cut is because medical costs have increased for UnitedHealth. However, as we all know too well in America, insurance companies have incredible pricing power. Because of UnitedHealth's pricing power, I believe that this company will not struggle long-term because of these issues. The next key reason for UnitedHealth Group stock falling is that the previous CEO, Andrew Whitty, stepped down unexpectedly and the company suspended their annual forecast. This is obviously not at all what investors were expecting, since the forecast had just been cut during their previous earnings report, but nobody expected that forecast to be thrown out completely. For that reason, investors obviously saw this as very bad news. The last major reason for the significant decline in the price of UnitedHealth stock is that there was a report of a DOJ probe into possible Medicare fraud that UnitedHealth was doing. However, since this report, the shares have rebounded quite significantly. As you can see, since that report on May 15th, the shares have rebounded quite healthily, even past where it was prior to the report. Shortly after, it was also revealed that insiders at UnitedHealth were buying more shares of the stock. Also, before I forget, I just wanted to remind you guys that it would be greatly appreciated if you would leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So after taking everything into account, the fundamentals of the stock, all of the news surrounding it, the increased pessimism on a stock that was already massively hated throughout America and the world, I think that UnitedHealth has become too cheap to ignore. At these prices, it seems like most of the bad news has already been priced in. Not only that, but for the most part, these headwinds seem to be very temporary in nature. For that reason, I will personally be starting a position in UnitedHealth stock. With that being said, that's all I really have for today's video. Please let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video.